Okay. Oh, let's turn the sound off. Okay. Welcome back, everyone. We're going to continue the Spartan Resolve campaign. Let me know, guys, if my voice is okay. I messed a little bit with the audio earlier today. So, how is everyone's weekend going? Okay, here we are. So, let's pick up where we left off. The way we had it, we had hit the ambush. It was a partial success, probably around, I want to say, maybe 60% losses to the convoy that was supposed to go through. We've pretty much given up on Objective Nightmare. We're not going to worry about it. There's a bunch of BRDMs there and stuff, and I think I'd rather just not mess with it. But we'll see how things go. And I've got a machine gun team which was not treated very well by me, and an LMTV, and we're just sitting here watching the ambush area in case anything comes through. Let's see, I believe we left this guy here to just watch the road, and the convoy is starting to link up with elements that are moving towards the CPs and the remaining objectives. Yeah, so we got them moving on either side of the river, just to hit these objectives and touch them. Going to link up with the vehicles somewhere around CP25. Last I checked, we had some enemy elements here. Inflicted a couple casualties, 3 actually, and then some of them retreated into the wood line, so we'll have to root them out. So, yeah, here we are. Okay, let's see. I think that's pretty much it. I've got some mortars, but I was going to save those for when I get eyes onto these locations out here. We got 48 minutes, and we got to exit everything through CP33. That should be easy with the vehicles. Especially since I'm using them already to cut a path through, so I'll know that I have a reasonable expectation that the path back will be clear, so I can just race them down the road. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and continue with these guys. I guess we'll form these guys up a bit more. They're all getting kind of tired, so we're not going to use Hunt, which is a bit of a tiring move. Alright, there we go. We'll do 3 forward and 2 back. Let them form up, and then we'll continue moving forward. Alright, so we see a truck over there. That is probably... Oh, was that a truck from the convoy ambush? Because if it is, it's tempting to send some guys over there really quick to kill it. Yeah, I think I'm going to. We're going to send these guys. We're going to hunt them over there and see if we can knock out that truck. They can hear the engine running from here. Oh, they're too tough. Oh, these guys are fatigued. Oh dear. Okay, probably a good idea to let these guys sit. Well, some of them aren't, and they can continue. Actually, it's just this squad. Interesting. Okay. I think this might have been the squad that was crawling around and stuff back here when they got jumped by the recon troops, so they're extra fatigued. So yeah, we have to let them sit and recover. Alright, I guess we're leaving the truck alone then. Actually, no, I think about it, probably better just once the convoy gets over the river to have them send them over there and knock it out really quick. Everyone else, though, we're going to go ahead and hunt them forward this way. In this terrain, the machine guns are pretty much acting as infantry. Alright, we're actually going to halt the convoy until we get these guys a little bit closer. Then we'll hit them both at once. Alright, I think that's it. I think we're ready to go. Hello, JTC, Vizovatav, and Mekgato. Mekgato, the fiancé is doing well. Today is actually our 7-year anniversary since we started dating. So after this stream, we're going to go out and eat somewhere nice. No trip today because we actually we've been to Napa twice this month, so we were already all wine countryed out. Oh, that vehicle's moving. I forgot about that. Alright, looks like the LMTV is engaging some infantry on the highway. That's actually a fortuitous position there. Oh, we spot these guys again. Let's see, what have we got? They're still pulling back. Nice, okay. Someone asks what the convoy consists of. We've got a variety of Humvees and LMTVs armed with 50 cals and Mark 19s. I think one M240. So, overall, for a scenario like this, it's pretty heavy firepower. Whoa, what is this? Also, I see a lot more vehicle movement over here. Interesting. What did we run up on over here? Looks like we found a vehicle hiding in the woods. Oh yeah, it ran right into us.
Watch out, enemy vehicle. Move them out, let's go.
Nice hit.
No effect. Re-engage.
No, I don't think there's going to be any heavy stuff in this mission. It's pretty much a light infantry mission. Alright, so, they still need to do some resting. They can sit there and shoot at that vehicle. I'm sure they'll kill it or cripple it. I'm going to continue to let these guys do their thing. They are working down those infantry. While these guys are moving in, these infantry are pretty much screwed. Alright, so they're about to spot infantry soon, so we'll switch them to quick, so they keep moving. These guys, okay, they're starting to recover, that's good. He's down. Oh, there's more infantry. And he's down. That's all of them. Okay, cool. We drove off the armored car over there. Yeah, definitely getting vehicle movement over here. They're probably... Oh, boy! Oh, nice. Awesome. Alright, so this LMTV is going to clean up nicely for me. And yeah, those Tigers, unless they get really lucky, have no chance against this thing, because this thing's got an armored turret and a 50 cal, and that should just tear through them. Okay. How are these guys doing on fatigue? We're good. We got ready, tired, ready. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and let those guys sit there and watch me, and then we need to move. We need to keep moving forward. So we're actually going to bring these guys up a little bit. We'll leave those guys where they are. Actually, these guys were shot at just a moment ago. I'm going to keep them in position. We're going to bring these guys up to here, though. And we'll bring the platoon HQ up online. Okay. These guys keep moving. We'll switch to move for them. And then we can bring the vehicles up. Yeah, I think we're going to get some more action over here. There are definitely guys over there.
Cover me! Cover me!
Where are they? Okay, bridge looks clear. I'm sure I'd be getting shot at by now if it wasn't. Still letting those guys recover. They're way too tough. You know what, actually, I just had an idea. Let's run them up and stick them in a vehicle. Then they can just ride in the vehicle. We'll do that. There. Okay, they can hop a ride. Alright, so we got a vehicle watching this bridge. I think something would be shooting at me by now if it was protected, but we'll go ahead and have that sit there while we run these guys across. Question is to where exactly. I'm going to drive the vehicle right up here till I can squeeze the LMTV into here. Alright, and then we're going to have these guys wait 10 seconds while that happens. We'll make it 15 seconds. Alright, let's look at the terrain exactly. Alright, I don't want them to stop, even though the slope here is a nice spot from the front, I don't want them to stop here because if there's anything sitting on the roads, they're pretty much exposed to it. So we'll have them stop there and then run into the woods. At this point, I'm pretty much using the MG teams as infantry because we've got a bunch of much more capable support weapons on the vehicles. I kind of need the infantry, and it's really dense terrain. Okay, I think we're good. I'm gonna give these guys another turn because I'm scared that they're gonna run into a. We're gonna have a repeat of the beginning of the scenario when a couple of Russians managed to almost wipe out a squad in the space of 10 seconds.
Advance!
Nothing. Too quiet. Now, quantum tunneling troop. That's a consequence of the pathfinding to make the bridges less computationally expensive. They start here and then run across the bridge. And they'll do that whether there's something in the way or not, because it's very computationally expensive trying to get stuff to pathfind around the vehicles with high precision. If there's just a couple vehicles on the map, it's not a big deal, but then if you have like 50 of them on a giant map, your CPU suddenly gets completely overloaded and the game slows to a crawl. Alright, they're tiring, they're getting close. Alright, we're going to go ahead and move these guys up. Still think that there's something really close by, so these guys are probably not here anymore. They've probably retreated to over there, is my guess. So I'm going to go ahead and hunt these guys forward while the rest of the team catches up. So we've actually got a lot of time. since we don't have to move these guys back. We don't have to extract these guys on foot. The main time crunch I had was getting them to the ambush site, which I did with, I think, about 5 minutes to spare. Alright, those guys are still getting themselves across the river. Good there. How are we doing elsewhere? Perfect. Hearing some more vehicle movement over here. Yeah, I got a feeling they're going to try and go back across the ambush area, and then we can just tidy up whatever we missed.
Come on, go, go, go!
Rocketman asks, I'm working on a big map/project/campaign for CMFI, and I want to know what causes the biggest load on the game. Buildings, vineyards, foliage, that sort of thing, obviously, except from the units. For CMFI, I would have to say vineyards. They have a pretty heavy computational load on the game because they have a very special structure. So yeah, try not to put too many vineyards in your maps, because that will... You can actually notice the difference. Just go and do a test. If you put a bunch of vineyards in your map and then load it up and put some units running around stuff, you will see a huge frame rate difference. If you have a lot of vineyards, I mean, if you have a little bit of them, you probably won't notice the difference. You can see a major frame rate difference, though. Actually, anecdote about that. So the German campaign for Gustav Line, the one with the Fallschirmjäger protecting the bridge, that one of the maps, the one where the British do the big battalion-size attack, originally had a ton of vineyards on the map, and the game was at a crawl. We're talking like 5 frames per second, and we couldn't figure out why. And I just started deleting things randomly and then running the scenario to see, to try and narrow down the cause. And we found out it was the vineyards. There was too many vineyards on the map, and they just slowed the game to an absolute crawl. So we had to cut most of them, put bushes in their place. So yeah, just keep the vineyards under control, I would say. Not too many of them. Definitely put them in there, but put them in spots where they're going to make an impact, either visually or gameplay-wise. You don't have to cover the map in them. Another big hit on frame rate is going to be ditches. If you do a lot of ditch locks and stuff like that, those little elevation changes, they add up. Once again, do some of them, for like in the areas where they're going to have an impact. Just don't go crazy with them. That stuff, it adds up. Hot mustard, if I'm remembering correctly, that was a big scenario anyways. It's been a long time since I looked at that scenario. But if I remember correctly, that was a really large scenario. So that was one of those scenarios that's stretching the limits of the engine, really. So you're probably going to get a little bit of a slower frame rate in that scenario than many other scenarios anyways. Okay, so let's see, what do we got here? We've got these guys across. We've definitely secured the bridge. Need to think about next moves. Alright, what I'm thinking, we're going to take these infantry here. We're going to send them this way to a CP-20 on Objective Fear. We're going to split the vehicles in half. Half of them are going to go and link up with these guys to hit CP-22 and Objective Dark. The other half are going to hit Objective Fear. Then we're going to load them up, and we're probably just going to leave Nightmare, and we're just going to exfil. Rocketman, flavor objects are not too much of a hit, because they're still a hit, but they're not a huge one because they disappear at a certain distance. They only, as far as LODs go, they only go so far. So if you're looking at the map zoomed out like this, flavor objects are not going to affect it much because at this point the game has visually removed most of them since you wouldn't be able to see them anyways, or they'd just be little tiny blobs. It can be a factor if you play a lot of really close-up stuff, but that's only really going to matter if you put a ton of flavor objects on there. Personally, I would be sparing with the flavor objects just because I think that the return on investment with them is not too high. You want to try and just use the ones that are going to have the most visual impact, like telephone poles and rubble in the specific spots where like the players can be playing through and stuff like that. You don't need to spend a crazy amount of time on them. Okay, anyways, back to what I was doing. Let's see, we're going to go ahead and move these guys this way. Alright, we'll wait a turn for those guys to get situated. Then we're going to move these guys over here. Oops, that's not good. By the way, if you want to see, you say you're doing some urban areas. If you want to see a crazy urban area, some example of how to do some Italian style, like mountaintop towns, I'm pretty sure I put it on the repository. Check out the last mission for the Troina campaign. I actually did Troina in like itself, like the town center, and that was a nuts map with all the elevation changes and stuff. So that should give you a pretty good example. If you're doing a town in like a high elevation area, the work on that map should give you some good examples of how to mix buildings and elevations. Alright, anyway, sorry, I'm getting distracted, and I'm just milling around here, so let's just keep going. What is that? What is going on? Uh-oh, oh no! Oh no, he's getting ambushed from the side! Where is that? Okay, for a second I thought it was from over here. And I thought he was screwed because I thought some infantry had come along the wood line. That's bad, but not quite as bad. And the gunner's gone. Darn it. The Russians got the drop on him. Alright, let's get these guys up. Oh man, we still can't find these guys. They just disappeared. Where did they go? Alright, these guys are all in pretty good shape, so we're going to go ahead and keep them moving forward. Alright, let's see. Over here, this is a disaster. Did they ever recover their buddy? Oh, he's dead, so I guess it doesn't really matter. They did get the machine gun. That's good. Yeah. Not much I can do here. You know what? I'm just ceding this to him. You know what? Screw it. Let's get these guys out of here. Load them up into the LMTV. Oh, there we go. Found them. Who sees them? Ah, the LMTV does from over here. Or not the LMTV, the Humvee. Ah, they're screwed. This thing has a Mark 19 on it.
Look out! Enemy vehicle.
Yeah, that thing's toast.
We got him.
We got him.
What's the ammo looking like on this guy? Still got 92 rounds. They really want that vehicle dead, don't they? There it goes. I was actually almost getting into crossfire territory there. If I was the foot guys, I'd be really pissed off right now. Well, that worked out much better than most of the other occurrences so far. Alright, let's just keep these guys moving. Shouldn't have to worry about cook. Ooh, actually, that thing does have some rocket launchers in it, so we're actually going to move them away from it. Don't want them to be right next to it, and then a rocket launcher cooks off and causes a casualty. That would be bad. Okay, so we are going to... Let's see how I shall do this. Alright, we're going to bring the Humvee up to here. Actually, we're going to wait on that. Let's let the infantry move forward a bit further first. Alright, we're going to let those guys catch up, so we're good there. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of movement over here. I'll just change their order to a simple run. I think they're safe now. Okay. Gonna go ahead and fast forward unless I see some action. Okay. Looks good. Alright, so we'll go ahead and bring this guy up to cover the road. And then we're going to move the LMTV up to cover this area here. Get him looking straight down that. Okay, time to move these guys forward. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Mech Gato, it is lightly armored, I believe. I want to say it's like a couple millimeters worth of armor protection, along with a spall liner. There's also a up-armored version we don't have in the game yet, probably come out in the next expansion, I imagine, that has some mine resistance as well. Uh-oh. That looks like a light AFV, maybe a BRDM. Nope, it's an MTLB. Oh, it's a mortar MTLB. Easy pickings. Hopefully. Alright, what do we got? Who sees it? Infantry here. Oh, that's a hell of a spot. They can just barely see it. Okay. It's open top, so they should be able to do some major damage to it. think only one guy can see it. Might be the sharpshooter. Yep, sharpshooter's at it. Just knocked out one guy. Uh-oh, I think they're aiming at us. Yeah, but they don't stand a chance. That vehicle is not meant to be directly shot at. Ooh, artillery available. Ugh. I might just blow a bunch of artillery, like, right around here. Oh, that might even allow me to take Nightmare. What have I got? One section. A lot of ammo, though. Okay, let's see, what am I going to do? Not really any useful... I don't think I have any TRPs. I don't remember there being any. Ah, what I'd give for a UAV right now. Okay, those guys are continuing to move forward, so we're going to leave them to do that. These guys are finally rested. Their vacation is over. Once I get them out of the truck, I'll feel better about moving it around this bend. I don't want to do it with them in the truck, because if it got knocked out by something heavy, I'd lose the truck and them. Okay, so we're actually going to... Right, who sees it? It's these guys, right? Yeah, we're going to run these guys forward a bit, get more fire on that thing. I want to kill it before it gets away. We're actually going to run these guys across the street. Once these guys are across the street, I will move that Humvee up. Alright, we're good. Oh, what do we got here? We got some infantry. Infantry and foxholes. Advantage of thermal sights on weapons right here. They don't even see me yet. Ooh boy, we got some stuff over here. Alright, we got a bunch of vehicle activity over here. I think it's time to call in the mortars. Alright, so first of all, no one shoot. Give them like a 90-meter arc there so they'll just defend themselves. At this range at night, Russians aren't going to spot us if we stay in the woods. So I'm thinking we're going to put my FO team here. And then we're going to call in... I think I might put him over here, actually. Yeah, we'll put him over here. Looks like an open patch I'm putting them in, but it is dark, so they should be fine. Put them there, and then we're going to call in some fire support on Objective Fear. Alright, meanwhile, we're going to move this guy up to cover, get on the road here. Probably should have done that before. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so let's bring this Humvee up, get his firepower in. Bring him up to like right here. Oh, shoot, I deselected him. Maybe to right here. No cover arcs, just in case something unexpected happens. Alright. Okay, I think that's good. What do we got? Okay, just a tiger over there. You can't see him. I think he's too high up. The tree's blocking the view. Oh, that was a rocket. Whoa, did it just hit? That's a long shot for an AT-4. Oh, they got a casualty too. Nice. Oh no, it missed. Okay. It just happened to be some rifle fire. Ah, there we go. Oh, it's all high, though. There we go, he ranged it. Yeah, this thing's toast. Alright, FOs are just about in position. I think I'll just use the mortars. The artillery, the mortars are faster, and I don't really need the artillery, to be honest. Thinking I'm probably also going to call in some stuff here. I've got the time, I might as well. Alright, so here's what I'll do. I'm going to call in the artillery on this and the mortars on that. That's how we're going to do this. We'll do all three guns. We'll do a medium bombardment. And we're going to do general because I want a maximum damage to vehicles and there's buildings. So we'll stick with a we'll stick with a super quick fuse. Okay. So next up, let's we need to get the HQ up here so we can call in artillery for the mortars. Over to here should be good. That should do it. Hopefully. Bring them there. Let's see. Should be okay. We'll find out how that works. Ammo levels are good. Okay. Alright, we're starting to work these guys down. So that's half of a recon squad. That means there's going to be at least another half of a recon squad sitting out here somewhere. Oh, shoot! We're getting spots over here. Oh, we got some surface-to-air missile launchers over here. Yeah, that thing's toast. That thing can't stand up to 50 cal. Also, it has no weapons with which to defend itself, so it's pretty much screwed. It's going to retreat over here, and I'll just hunt it out and kill it later. Alright, we're going to go ahead and save, just to be safe. Okay, let's see what we've got here for support options. Not good. Well, I can hit here. This should work. Yeah, and don't worry, guys, I'm going to move my infantry back. They are not staying there. There we go. That works. I like this. Do a medium.
Fire mission request. Over.
Alright, now we're pulling everyone back. Okay.
Request fire mission. Out.
Oh, did he get him? He pulled out of the foxhole, I think, and the sharpshooter nailed him. Maybe? Yep, got him. Ah, he got out of the foxhole. That was a critical mistake. Sharpshooter was just waiting for that. Okay. Alright, at this point we're going to sit here and fast forward till the fire support arrives.
Shot. Over. Shot. Out. Shot. Out. Flash. Over. Flash. Over. Flash. Flash. Out. Out. Shot. Over. Shot. Out.
Okay, so mortars are just about ready. The artillery's a bit off. That's better.
Flash. Over. Flash. Over. Flash out. Flash out.
It's really funny how the artillery missions sort of synced to be at almost the exact same point in their fire
Shot.
missions.
Out. Shot. Over. Shot. Over. Shot. Out. Shot. Out.
That's starting to get annoying.
Flash. Over. Flash. Flash. Over.
There we go.
Flash. Over. Fire perfect. Over. Flash. Out.
Mortars are still having trouble. What is that? I hope that wasn't a fire for effect, because that's terrible. Whoa, is that
Fire
moving?
perfect. Shot. Over. Flash. Over. Flash. Out. Flash.
Okay, that's better.
Flash. Shot out. Slant, slant, over, slant, over. Flash out. Fire for effect, over.
There we go. He had trouble getting this one to fire for effect because I think he was having a hard time seeing where some of the splashes were landing.
Shot, over. Shot out. Roger, fire for effect. Shot, over.
Okay, let's see what's the duration on these. Wow, they're still spotting? Jeez. Doesn't sound right, because I thought I heard a fire for effect out of them. Oh, one of them spotting. Huh, that's interesting. I didn't think that was possible. I might have to check that one. I'm going to make a save of this, because I'm not sure if it should do that. It's a new one to me. Okay. Firing 1 minute. Okay, we're almost done.
Flash out.
How are we doing over here now?
Check fire, check fire, check fire.
Alright, they might still have rounds in the air though, so we are going to wait another turn before we start moving on CB-20. Yep, they had rounds in the air.
End of mission. Out.
Okay. Now we start moving forward. Got a bit of artillery prep on them. We can remove this now. Alright, let's see. So we've got, there's buildings here which always give me pause. We're going to leave these guys in position. They've got a good view on the buildings. We're going to run one team up into this shack here, just see what happens. These guys are still holding position because we still have a... oh, it just ended. Alright, well we're going to hold position on there 1 more minute in case there's mortar rounds in the air on that target. There we go. Looks like the gunner's dead. Artillery killed the gunner. Shooting a bit high there, buddy. Oh well. Oh, we got infantry. What do we got? Prepared positions, probably another recon team. They're kind of out in the open. I don't see there being a problem with taking care of those guys. Who sees them? Excellent. The vehicle does. Okay, let's move these guys across. We'll get them into the woods. Right there. We'll leave the FO team where they are. Okay, time to get these guys back into position. Alright, so we're going to set up some guys here, and then we're going to take the rest of them and move them along the wood line here, hit CP-22 from the back, and then take objective dark.
Heads up. Be on the lookout.
Keep an eye on those flanks.
Okay. What have we got? Still waiting on these guys to get all grouped up together. See if we can get some MG fire going on over here. Can't quite see it. You can only see them if their heads are sticking up. It's because the bushes are in the way. So what we're going to do is run this guy up to about here. Let's see if you can get a shot at him from here. Yep, perfect. Okay. Then we'll just hit that area with continuous MG fire. Alright, LOS is kind of iffy from this spot because there's a bunch of shrubs here, or small trees actually. It's not bad though. Okay, this looks good. Oh, we got... Oh, that's right, that's the... Yeah, it's just the area fire I ordered.
Heads up. Be on the lookout. Nail her.
Alright, we're coming at 25 minutes. I think we're going to step it up just a bit. Those guys should be nice and suppressed by the time these guys get over to them. Oh, we got another infantry sighting in the objective. Looks like just some random dude out in the open. He's not going to last long. Okay. Alright, we're going to bring the truck up. And let's see, let's move HQ into here. Pause for 20 seconds, then move him into downstairs. Alright, we're going to keep these guys moving. No, I don't like that. We'll do this individually. Alright, proceeding well. Definitely got some Russians on the objective, but they're pretty beat up and demoralized from that artillery strike. Pretty much all of the combat vehicles had their gunners stripped from them. Alright, CP-22 has been cleared. We're going to go ahead and move the Humvee up onto CP-22. And then we're going to move on, on Objective Dark. Alright, so we got these guys watching, LMTV watching, and we're going to run these guys across into this building. We can kill the area of fire there. Move the vehicles up. Let's see, how are we doing with this? Alright. We're going to run these guys across into this building. And I think we're going to run the rifle squad to that wall. We'll leave those guys in position. Got an SAM team over here. Somewhere. There he is. He's toast, though. He's out. He's pretty exposed. Also, I'm hearing a lot of shooting over at Objective Dark. Oh, no! What is going on over here? Took out the gunner. Headquarters. Probably the company HQ. Or at least one of them, maybe a platoon HQ. Whoops. Okay, there's probably 2 guys left in there. We're gonna have to deal with that. Maybe more. Yeah, there's still some. Looks like they're vacating. Up there, pulling out through the back, and I think my guys over here caught them as they were trying to run out the back. That is why you try and get multiple fronts on a building. You try and face it at multiple areas. That way they can't get out safely. Alright, we're going to move MG and sniper team up to there. And we're going to send our guys, we're going to get ready to send our guys across. Alright, vehicles are doing their work. We're going to go ahead and let them continue. I think we're going to hold still 1 minute here. Also need to get these guys out of here. Actually, let's use move. Actually, let's use hunt. Still guys in here. Alright, I think we finally killed that thing. Yep, there it goes. Alright, so I just saw some shooting over here, so we're going to continue to hold position. Over here, though, we can move. Let's get these guys in here. We'll go ahead and move them into the building. Wait, no, we don't want them moving. Let's move these guys and these guys. That's a good start. Alright, I'm actually going to keep this moving forward because we're starting to run out of time here, so I'm going to bring these guys up. That should be good for now, and then we'll run them in. Actually, let's have them touch right here, and then we're actually good. Yep, Okay. Yeah, we need to start moving back to Exfil. Yeah, that thing's toast. LMTV doesn't know it's dead yet, though. Whoa, what is that? Okay, what do we got over here? Guys behind the wall. Oh, Sniper just nailed the last crew member of that SAM. Okay, time to start pulling everyone out. Let's get out of here. Got one more objective to touch over there. Two more, but that'll be done this turn. So we can just start getting everyone out of here. We'll leave these guys in position for now. I'll actually have them pause here for 5 seconds. That should be long enough. That doesn't look right. There we go. We'll put them right here. Alright, once we've confirmed we got a touch on Objective Fear, we're going to start pulling all of those guys back too. Okay, we're good. Let's get out of here. Okay, now it's a race to the exit. So, let's see. How am I going to do this? Okay, I think we're going to turn this guy around. Well, first of all, we need to get this guy out. Here's what I'm thinking. We're going to turn this guy around, have him run up to here, and then we're just going to run these guys down the road. And we're going to actually fast these guys. Fast them towards the V. Let's see, how shall we do this? We'll just fast them to here. Next turn I should be able to change their orders. Wait, no, not the Humvee. Okay. Alright, Humvee will need another turn too. What are you doing? I guess I should have probably not given him that order. That was probably confused the heck out of the AI. Okay, so LMTV's in position. Now we give them all move orders to get in there. They're all tired. They can't fast anymore. Actually, I hope enough guys can fit into that thing. We should be okay, but we'll find out. Actually, I better do the math now. Okay, let's see. 4, 9, 13, 17, 20 guys. Yeah, I can't fit them all into the LMTV, so this is actually, I'm going to need to move another one over. Or maybe this one could pick them up. We'll find out in a moment. But yeah, actually going to have to move this LMTV over to pick up the excess. Go ahead and give this guy's move orders to get off the map. Then when he's clear next turn, we'll send the other LMTV over there. Okay, and this guy did not get in. I probably messed up his move orders. Let's get him in. Yeah, this LMTV will definitely be full. They'll get in next turn. This LMTV is full, so we got a bunch of guys. Yeah, we got two teams that are going to have to hoof it towards the other LMTV, which will come to pick them up. Okay. Hey, Rambo, good to see you back. So far, so good. No, that's not what I wanted. Rambo, my stream started at noon Pacific time, so it's been going for about an hour and 15 minutes. It's actually going to be over soon because we're going to finish this mission. And I'm not going to start a new mission. Not going to start a new mission this far into the stream. I'd probably just get down to reading the briefing and doing the setup, and then we'd be done. Alright, let's see how this looks. Good so far. Pretty clean exfil, I would like to think. All right, let's get these guys into the truck. Okay, they're good. We're going to go ahead and move these guys out of the exit so they're out of the way. We're actually going to switch to move orders. I think about it, I don't want to accidentally have them break the vehicle. That would be bad. And yes, I will upload this all to YouTube, so you won't have to miss anything. No announcements for future stuff in the works, just what has already been posted on the forums in Steve's little announcement thread. I don't have anything to add to it at this moment. Alright, here we go. Oops, went backwards there for a second. Alright, troops are still loading in, I think, so we need another turn there. Okay. Alright, that's it. That's all the move orders. Can someone post a link for Rambo, please, in chat, the Steve's announcement post? Alright, sweet. We're done. Ceasefire time. Draw! Ah! Holy crap! Wait, what? Sam's site was worth... Was I supposed to go... I'm confused. I thought I... So this was the Sam site. Did this guy surviving cost me 1,500 points? Or is that the Sam's? Oh, you know what? I bet it's because I left this alone. There's Sam's here. Yeah, it's because I left all of this alone. Nah, whatever. I preserved my force. Didn't take too many casualties. So I'm guessing this was CPA and the SAM site. Let's, I guess I can't check casualties inflicted since they all exited. Cool. Okay, so I think that's it, guys. I'm going to go and celebrate my anniversary. Thanks, guys, for coming. Guess we ended a little bit short, but special day, so I'm done. Yeah, so I'll be back next week. I should be. I don't think I have any plans that weekend. And I'll get this uploading to YouTube right now. It'll probably take, like, I don't know, a couple hours for it to process because it's a long video. So, yeah, and that is the link there in chat. Thank you, Jorsip, for putting that there. Jor SP, your SP, I don't know. Okay. See you guys next week.